Should coaches show emotions in the coaching process? Well, in today's episode, we're going to discuss just that. Well, welcome to Coaching Changes Lives. My name is Jedi. I'm a Master Certified Coach with the International Coaching Federation. Every single week, we come to you with fresh ideas and insights on what coaching really is and how it's going to help you truly create transformation in your life. Now, I've been asked often, like, hey, Jedi, how or what does emotion plays a part in the entire coaching process? Is coaching all about just going into your own emotions and dwelling there? Well, a simple answer, it's not. Emotions are a byproduct of a certain thought that you have. You see, if I ask you now, and I give you a good news, I give you get promoted, in your career, or maybe you receive a good news from your loved ones, your friends. That news trigger a thought in your mind, and that thought resonates with certain value systems that you have, certain beliefs that you have, and it triggers a certain emotional response. Our emotions are a byproduct of our thoughts. So when your clients come to you, oftentimes many coaches are worried because they're saying, oh no, how do I deal with difficult emotions or strong emotions such as crying, anger, sadness, a feeling of disgust or a despair? How do I help clients with those kind of emotions? Well, you see, it's not just emotions that are on a negative spectrum or a more stronger spectrum. In fact, on an entire spectrum of emotions, you find that emotions are a powerful mechanism in the coaching process. Because for us as coaches, the emotions reveal something about the client's belief. Now, as coaches, again, we're not doing diagnosis, we're not doing prognosis, we're just listening to the client. It reveals that something deeper. There's an area that it touched the client's heart, their belief systems, their values, something in the deepest recess of the client's will. So whenever I hear an increasing, or whenever I experience or sense an increasing element of emotions, I know one thing for certain. That particular topic, that particular thing, worth our time to dive in deeper. Now, this is where I caution coaches all the time. You have to be mindful of how you dive in with the client. It's not just listening and just diving in. It's about spending the time tuning your ears into what the client is really facing and how they're expressing themselves. So when they are facing all that emotional stress or expulsion of all the feelings that they feel on the inside, the first thing to recognize is that a moment now for us to dive in deep? Or should we hold the space for the client? It's not all about just inquiring in, asking more questions and going deeper and deeper and deeper. Many coaches think that it's just going deep into the core of the person. It's not quite right. When a client raises an emotion, we have to understand the entire context of what's really happening in the client's world. And especially when we delve into sensitive areas in the client's world, we have to seek permission. Permissive language is important in the entire process because if the client is feeling kind of stressed or they feel a very strong anguish about something, if we as coaches just come in and have our way asking questions, inquiring, reflecting, you may spoil the entire space for the client. So it's important for us to use permissive language. For example, you can say something like this: hey, let's just hold that for a while. Let's just give a little space for you right now. Would it be okay if we give you a couple of moments? Or you can ask for permission if you want to inquire a little bit more. Say, hey, client, as you were just expressing that, I'm feeling that there's something deeper. May I have permission for us to have this time to explore a little bit more about what you're feeling on the inside? Seeking permission allows the client to say, hey, you know what? I think I'm safe. I think I feel safe enough for me to express with my coach. Or it tells you as the coach that, hey, if the client's response is that, okay, no, I don't want to go there, it gives you a clue that the client is not ready. That doesn't tell you whether you're a good coach or a bad coach. Many coaches think that if I cannot go in deep means I'm a bad coach. It's nothing to do with you. Remember, coaching is nothing to do with you as a coach. It's everything to do with the client. So as we dive in deeper, I want you to notice the different changes in the client's world, how they're feeling, how they're responding, how they're thinking. And all we've got to do there is just to hold the space for the client. We don't have to solve anything. We don't have to work the client. We don't have to kind of help them to make the emotions get back down. No, it's not about that. It's about just being there, holding the space for them. And somehow, in that space where that conversation is held, your client feels very at peace, very present. And it's in that moment when sometimes transformation truly takes place. Because you see, in that moment, when the client's holding that space, suddenly they feel that, hey, you know what? I finally have a space where I can be real. I can be who I am. I don't have to hide under this facade anymore. I can release every single thing that I have, and then allow the client to share with you their thoughts, their aspirations, their beliefs, their values, what really matters to them in that moment. Working with emotions, it's amazing. I want to encourage you, use emotions. And us as coaches as well, we have to be mindful of how we're expressing on our face, because many coaches don't realize that as we are coaching the client, sometimes when we see how the clients are transforming, our faces change. For example, if the client becomes angry, our face show. When the client becomes sad, our face show. I want you to practice in a way that you hold that space, maintain a neutral state, a neutral position in terms of emotion, especially when the topic resonates very closely or very dearly with your heart. I want you to take time not to just go in straight. I want you to take time to just pause, give that space, allow the client to fully express all that's inside of them. This is an important process as you are entering the space of co-creation. It's all part of building what we call, how do we become, a co-creative coach? How do we become a coach, not just coaching to solve the problem, but coaching to help that individual, coaching the person in the process. Okay, so this is my one tip for you today. Take time, observe, hold the space, and seek for permission if you're entering a sensitive topic in the client's world. Hope this one tip helps you in your coaching journey. So whether you're on your journey for level 1, level 2, level 3, pursuing your ACC, BCC, or MCC, or beyond, this video will truly help change your life. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you very soon in one of our programs.